Yeah, great place to start a video, huh? Harbor Freight in McMinnville. Nice folks in there. We walked in the door like a minute too late. Found the top box I wanted, just not in the right color. As I mentioned, I think in yesterday's video, the right color, there was supposed to be one in bin. Well, they just checked. No, that's gone now too. They had a green one here. It's like, yeah, green won't go too bad with the blue. Guy that was standing there staring at the toolboxes when we walked up to the cash register first.
Next.
I mean, if we'd when they said, good morning when we walked in, we should have stepped right over. We would have had one. But no, he got it. And then soonest they'll have one of the Series 3 toolboxes in would be the middle of December. So
You might want to stop, just saying.
they just got to keep a looking and figure stuff out, I guess. So anyway, nice drive to McMinnville. Better drive this way than the other way, usually. Well, there's my view. We finally got down here. Been online searching to find a toolbox somewhere. We've searched Oregon, Washington. There's actually 2 of the chests I want in Washington. Not the color I want, but 2 of them. But they're 200 plus miles away. I had a friend of mine in Idaho check up there, and he called half a dozen stores near him, and none of them have it.
Yeah, Missouri.
And Ty called a friend in Missouri, and he called, and he found out what days they get shipments in, because the way Hobo Freight works is they don't know what's on the truck till the truck's unloaded. If they ordered something last week, it might show up this week. It might show up in a month. It might not show up at all. So anyway, she's getting the bolt out, and we looked at. Oh, she's gonna hand me pieces. We looked at that pole. See the hole in it down there? Yeah, I know it's not wanting to focus down there, but there's a hole. Bottom of that one's hollow. That was one of them green pieces of shit when it got put in, so I'm surprised it's still here. That one replaced an old untreated one too. They were kind of treated. They were soaked in Penta and diesel, I believe, at the time. This one was. It's probably perfectly fine under there. It's just that little bit at the top. That's what the green ones do too. They're fine in the ground, right at ground level, that they disappear. But a good old power pole or telephone pole, they last forever. Oh, look, more parts.
Yeah, I'm going to get this shoved at me and a little board shoved at me too when it comes.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is what we're doing. That board might be nailed on. Actually, the pole might have nails in it too. Yeah, fun times. Talking about history here a little bit. This square green piece of shit replaced a half pole like that one. It was the other half of that one, actually. And that one is actually tied in to the one in the other barn, to a regular power pole, because, well, get down there at the bottom, there's not much left of it. That one, I don't remember for sure when we replaced it. It's been probably before Ty was around.
Which part was built first?
Which part was built first? Mm-hmm. Tall part. Grandpa's mom and dad bought this place in 63. Columbus Day storm was 62, which destroyed a lot of stuff around here. The old barn was over there, and Dad did one half of the tall part right when they moved in. The other half, I don't know if he finished that all in the same year or the next year. And then down here was built for the cows, and that section, so we can't count that pole right there because that's part of this barn. It's part of the tall part. But that pole we might have replaced the one that was there, which would have been the lower part of this barn. of this low roof part. But the whole calf barn was built in 1970. And it's still all original, including the feeder that's getting tired, except for where the lockups are. That's all been replaced. Just the lockups. The old wood feeder, long gone.
Both sets of lockups.
Yeah, both sets of lockups replaced old wood feeders. And hopefully get down there far enough to get a hold of it. I was going to try to bring the little hoe in here and dig around it, but that ain't going to happen. I can't move around good enough. So she's digging down around it, and that's what she's digging.
Pretty solid, by the way.
Yeah, it's like concrete. Except the shovel will go in it. What she's digging.
The pole is pretty solid.
Oh, yeah. She's getting just a little bigger diameter than what the other pole is going to be, and you got to have room to tamp it in anyway. The biggest thing is that we have a good solid base under it. I knew we had some in here we screwed around with when we did finish the roof. One of them is this one. That pole settled. So there's actually a piece of 2.5-inch square tube between the beam and the post to hold it up. Then the strap goes up the side to hold it together. And the other one that we did, we might have done two. I think we did. Yeah, we did two over there. I'll zoom you in. That one. And there's one, with my finger, there's one right behind this pole. They both got spaced up because they both sunk. But hey, that happens. And we have an audience. We had an audience out there too. There were 3 or 4 of them standing there at the gate looking out here going, what's going on, guys?
Right here, I think she's the one that had the shoulder thing. But you'll never know it now.
Looks like her shoulder's sticking out from here.
But it's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it was.
Probably ought to look at it again. Oh well, anyway. Wrap a chain around that and see if I got enough balls to pull it.
Thank God I'm not.
I have found a few things that I can't pull.
Well, you didn't catch yesterday. Because I carried the pole out.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that. She held on to it while I cut it off, and then she threw it on her shoulder and went. But, you know, that was a very old fur that wasn't treated, so it didn't have the creosote weight to it. Still not light.
Give me 2 fucking calves to carry. It'd be how about I was told. You're going to put it on your shoulders. It'll be fine. Just hold on to it that we both don't get hurt. I was preparing to be as heavy as that damn pole was.
I just wanted her not to knock it into me on the ladder because I didn't want to end up laying in the manure.
I didn't know how long I was, though. I just put it on my shoulder. And
okay. Anyway, you get the gist of what we're going to do. I got the notch about right. If you look down, you see that next pole. Well, the next one's leaning. This one lines up with the other 2 down there. And lining that one to that one, they're just almost perfect. I had to notch this side at the top. Of course, you can't see it because the lighting in here. That's a rough cut 2x6 for the splice. So I notched it for that, and it's against there. And ignore the bottom pole because it's on different centers, but these 2 are damn close as they're going to be. So oops, I just dropped the nail. No, I didn't. I dropped something. Must have been a rock. I got to clean the threads up on this so the nut can go back on. Bolt is still long enough. Hole is drilled. So hey, we're almost there. Look at that, all done. Threw some straw in here since we had it opened up so we could get in here with a skid steer. They'll scatter it. I couldn't scatter much of that because I got stuck over there. I got stuck there. I wasn't going to go past here and get stuck here. So it's all packed in. About the top 4 inches is dirt. Most of the rest of it underneath that's gravel. Put the dirt on top to hopefully seal it, so the manure juices don't all make it down there and wipe it out. And yeah, that's as far as we go there anyway, because that section, if you straw it, it's all outside. And I had to push myself out from there. And I was lucky to drop that little bit there and work my way back. But that's what's happening. And that's the dirty stuff that Ty had from those calves this morning. I got something in that corner. I had to push myself all the way. You see the bucket marks. And there. And there. Almost ended up in the pole. There's where I was. That's why I didn't go any further. Bringing straw in. Anyway, these girls ought to be happy with some straw and a new pole. And I think we're going to scratch our heads and think what to do with that other pole. Thought about pouring concrete down inside it, see if that'll hold it together, but that doesn't always work. Other options do like we've done in the feed barn and take some flat iron and pound it in the ground and bolt it to it. Keep it from moving. But anyway, yeah, I guess where I get to walk. After I finally got my shoes cleaned off. Only a couple of them have come out and got in the water today. It's surprising. And no, I'm not stepping out there. Most of that's about knee deep. I'm looking for the flat spots for this concrete to stand on, but I run out of it about here. No, the cows don't care that they got a new pole in their barn and they got straw to come play in. One of them out there sneaking some grass, the rest are still in there eating. These girls are going to stay here tonight because tomorrow we're moving critters around. And this is that worst one in here that Ty calls mud. She's just loving on that. She was scratching back by her tail head and got the lip quiver going, and now she's up here just loving it. So they're getting better. I'd have showed you more, but yeah, I was busy. And let these girls back in so they can get some hay. They stood out there forever. They didn't want to come in. Then they finally come in and walked right past me. Yes, I'm talking about you. She had to throw some over here because obviously not enough room over here. But tomorrow morning the plan is the heifers that are getting shipped Friday, we'll sneak them over in here, kick the others out. Then we will go take the trailer back to the back barn. And I'll get to try my window backing up back there. That way I can see before I hit the building. And the steers that are going to go will get loaded up and brought over here. And these girls will go back up there after we're done. And then they will cohabitate here in the lockups. And Tylen and Maury are supposed to load up the long yearling heifers that they've got and bring them out Friday morning. You're getting the ears back, and she's thinking, do I like this or not?
Normally underneath the tail.
Yeah. Now she wants to lick herself, but she can't because she can't turn that way. Anyway, theirs will get unloaded straight into the tub outside. And then when George gets here, we'll run them up into the alleyway and run the calves around this way. Because the gate that's across that hole, that taller gate will swing out, and the other one opens up, and we can run them around it and come in beside the chute. Very handy that we can do that. So anyway, that's the rest of the day. And yeah, Sapphire. So, she's got the tongue on this one going. They decide they like get scratches. They like loves. So anyway, you've seen her day. And I'm in search of a toolbox. And still trying to figure out what to do with that frickin' pole. It's got 2 big gates on it. And dang, Ty, we did good. Because lining that new pole up with this one, that's right on the money. Not bad for replacing one you can't hardly get into. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope everybody has a great Thursday.